Hey guys, it's Ross Gorton on the Space Catch today. I popped into the Waterstones in Croydon at lunchtime where I discovered this. Persepolis Rising by James S.A. Corey, book 7 of the Expanse. I honestly didn't think this was going to be out till next year. It's usually been the summertime, I think. That is just the back cover. As usual, difficult to really understand what you're looking at on the covers. It does make more sense once you have read the book. At least that's been my experience. So let's just see what it says. An old enemy returns. In the thousand-sun network of humanity's expansion, new colony worlds are struggling to find their way. Every new planet lives on a knife edge between collapse and wonder, and the crew of the aging gunship Rocinante have their hands more than full keeping the fragile peace. In the vast space between Earth and Jupiter, the inner planets and the belt have formed a tentative and uncertain alliance, still haunted by a history of wars and prejudices. On the lost colony world of Laconia, a hidden enemy has a new vision for all of humanity and the power to enforce it. New technologies clash with old as the history of human conflict returns to its ancient pattern of war and subjugation. But human nature is not the only enemy, and the forces being unleashed have their own price. A price that will change the shape of humanity and of the Rocinante unexpectedly and forever. As you can see, I have made a bit of progress in it. I am 55 pages in, so I've read the first couple of chapters. The opening chapter, which is always like the prologue, it's you recall in one of the earlier books when the war all started, the part of the Martian fleet that defected under Winston Duarte, that is the first chapter. They are the ones on Laconia. And they're essentially planning on building a galactic empire. They have the only remaining example of the protomolecule, and they're experimenting with it. There's a big building where people who basically fall foul of the law are experimented on. You know, the various stages, like where they're the puker, vomit zombies, and then whatever happens to them later as the protomolecule takes over the body and changes it. Now, some of them have managed to find a way, the scientists rather, of manipulating the protomolecule, and they're essentially they're injecting Duarte so he's going to be immortal. He wants to be emperor of the galaxy. Yes, you can imagine how that is going to play out. But yeah, that was the first chapter. Next chapter, a couple of chapters, was basically Holden and the Rocinante laying down the colonial law against some colony planet that's trying to ignore all of the shipping lanes and the fees that the transport union are imposing. They're the ones who are linking all of the colony worlds. But yes, so far it's very good. I think it's set about 30 years or so after the last period, because that is about how far it does seem with some of the references that they make. Because Michio Pa was the first president of the transport union, and now they're on about their 4th or 5th one. So yes, it's quite a ways along. So I assume Holden and that lot, they must be in their 60s or something by now. Bobby Draper, for instance, who's in it, it kind of mentions that basically she can't tell now if her aches and pains are her old war injuries or just her body wearing out. But yes, thoroughly looking forward to finishing this and bringing it to you. This has been an absolutely fantastic series, The Expanse. I have still not even yet watched the TV show. I must do that because I was so looking forward to it. So many other shows come up on the way. But yes, Book 7, Persepolis Rising. All of their titles have a meaning. Persepolis in our own history was one of the ancient empires of the Middle East. I think it might have been Alexander the Great, but I'm not certain. Either him or someone like Darius or Cyrus, someone like that. So it's going to be taking some themes from that, I believe. So we can expect there's going to be grand-scale conflict. Just another day in the Expanse. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion or upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed. Or like the video.